You're listening to a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.
Today, we make some history, something Worthen Arena is no stranger to. For the first time ever, South Dakota State men's basketball travels to Muncie, Indiana to open up the history books and make another entry. Both teams coming off of losses and struggling to find their footing in an ever so approaching conference schedule. You're listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Sam Klug alongside Max Gillie for this rendition of Ball State men's basketball. Well, Max, we welcome in the Jackrabbits, a team the women played last year, but now we got a first matchup for the men.
This is going to be really exciting. You know, it's not every day that you get to have a first-time match, especially when you look at the long history of Ball State, but this is going to be a really big test for the Cardinals. This is a South Dakota State team that it feels like year in and year out are always contenders in the Summit League. And, hey, it feels like every 2 or 3 years you see them go dancing.
That's right. Since 2012, they have 7 NCAA tournament appearances, 7 conference tournament titles in the Summit League. Again, they produce some quality opponents for the tournament, but we're going to switch our focus to other tournaments a couple weeks ago in Feast Week. Let's recap that a little bit. Both teams played in tournaments. South Dakota State was in Cancun, Ball State in Pennsylvania. Both teams went 1 and 2. Let's start with the Jackrabbits, though.
Yeah, so for the Jackrabbits, they ended up playing Utah Valley and UC Irvine, getting losses there, and then they did get the victory against Northern Arizona to round out that 3-game trip. Meanwhile, we turn our attention to the Ball State Cardinals. They had a very similar result. They lost the first 2 and got the win in the third. Those 2 losses, by the way, were to Monmouth and to Lafayette before getting a 96-85 victory against Lemoyne. That's one of the highest scoring Ball State scores that the Cardinals have had in the last few years.
Yeah, they struggled a little bit offensively, especially in that Lafayette game, only scoring 15 points at the half, 37 overall. And to be able to come out like that against Lemoyne was huge. Get that 96-point victory. Then they took a trip down to in-state rival Evansville, scored only 52. So, again, the offensive woes kind of continue. Maybe tonight they can get back on the track.
Biggest thing I've been waiting for from Ball State this season, it's consistency. That really hasn't been there. They looked really good against Louisiana. Then they struggled against Mansfield, and then it felt like it went downhill from there until they got the win against Lemoyne. So you can tell this is a Ball State team. They're looking for their identity. That's why there have been so many different starters and so many lineup changes just early on in the season. I mean, this is Game 10. There aren't that many games left in non-conference before MAC play, so something's going to have to change if the Cardinals want a shot at Cleveland.
That's right. We were talking a little bit to Dylan Budd, who's on the ESPN call as a sideline reporter, and he was talking about the fact that South Dakota State has only had 2 different starting lineups between switching their big men out, Damian Wilkinson and Alex Squires. Ball State, I believe, has had 4 or possibly more. Obviously, Coach Lewis is kind of messing around and I guess you would say experimenting with the starting lineup, and consistency has yet to be found.
And that's going to be one of the things when you look at a Ball State team that really only returned 4 players. You're going to struggle to figure out what your identity is. Meanwhile, for South Dakota State, they've had the opposite effect where they've been able to bring back so many players. Now, not all of them were able to get varsity minutes. Some of them may have redshirted, but still, they have that consistency with the program.
That's right, and speaking of bringing those players back, South Dakota State went through a coaching change last season. Their head coach, Coach Henderson, left for the Open Drake job when that whole coaching cycle commenced, and Brian Peterson assumed the role as a 6-year assistant for his first year and his first gig as a head coach. And again, he retained 9 total players from last year's squad. They came back, and you look down the starting lineup. Joe Seiler, Trey Buchanan comes off the bench, both Wilkinson and Squires, and most importantly, Jaden Jackson. He brought these guys back, and they've won 5 games to prove it.
And the big thing that we had mentioned earlier today was just the fact that, hey, you got a head coaching change and a head coaching situation where they could have tried to look farther, but it was just so easier to do it internally, and it was so easy for South Dakota to just, stick with a guy who knows the system.
Yeah, talking with the voice of the Jackrabbits, Mr. Miriam, he was saying that by the time Henderson left around a Thursday, they had hired Peterson around that Friday or Saturday. It was a quick job, and I guess it also gives the players a little bit of peace of mind knowing who their next leader is going to be.
And that is really the opposite of what many other coaching situations have had to deal with. So I know the fine folks from South Dakota are very happy about the decision that was made by their institution.
On the Ball State side, Michael Lewis in his 4th season, and he's kind of brought a new experiment to the Ball State program, using it almost as a stepping stool for a lot of other players. You look at Bashir Jahid, Jamari Hill from last season, guys who have gone on to different schools and been here 1 year, really elevated their profile and have gone on. It may be the same this year, but who knows? He could maybe rack up some wins and get a team to go to Cleveland one of these years.
And that would be definitely something that this whole squad has won. You heard them at the start of the season. They all said they wanted to win the MAC. Now, you can always say that. Every team says they want to win the MAC. You're just going to need to be able to prove it. And if Ball State cannot start to get some consistency, I don't necessarily know if they'll win the MAC, but that's a little bit far away. If we can focus on the here and the now, this is going to be a Ball State team that is looking to get a win back at home. Again, they haven't had a win at home since the win against Division II Mansfield in the beginning of the month of November. So they would love to get back to their home winning ways.
Definitely something the fans are looking for. We're going to take a quick break here on SL Digital Radio. When we come back, we'll have more coverage of the Ball State men's basketball pregame show presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Well, together, we're all in it together. And I said it in my press conference, it's not just the players, it's not just the coaches, it's the administration, it's the trainers, it's the strength staff, it's the alumni coming back, it's the people in the community supporting our program.
Together to me is just moving as one cohesive unit.
I feel like I could just go back to our conditioning, our workouts together.
You're building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now.
We are back on the Ball State Sports Link men's basketball pregame show. Today we got the Jackrabbits of South Dakota State coming to Muncie to play the Cardinals. We're about 1:13 away from our national anthem break. Before we go there, we're going to take a quick look at some of the injuries. This has been a big storyline for both teams. South Dakota State has had almost no injuries. Ball State, on the other hand, really been struggling with them, and guys who are important to this squad.
Yeah, we talk about Joey Hart, for example. He had to miss the start of the season due to injury. That was frustrating. Caden Fish, throughout his career, has been dealing with some injuries. He's been getting some playing time recently for Ball State, but that definitely, I know, is always a fear. Cam Denson, during the tournament, went down on the 29th. He has not had an appearance since then. That is a guy in Cam Denson. He is 6'7". He came in with 6.3 points per game. And that is a big loss that the Cardinals had early on.
That's right, and Denson actually went down with a dislocated big toe. Coach Lewis said it was probably one of the weirdest injuries he had ever seen in basketball. Joey Hart's actually dealing with plantar fasciitis in his feet. Again, something that's extremely painful if any of you out there know what that feels like. Before we go to break, let's take a quick look at our impact players, first starting with the Jackrabbits.
Well, for the Jackrabbits, got to look at Jaden Jackson. He comes in here, 13 points game, 5 rebounds. He's been the real deal for South Dakota. Meanwhile, for Ball State, I'm expecting another big game from Amani Ziegler. He comes in second most points per game, averages 4 rebounds. He's been consistent each and every single game. I don't expect to see anything different here tonight.
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have starters and tip-off. This is SL Digital Radio presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our lower prices. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
From Trivia Night at Brothers and Tater Tots at Roots.
Never miss a Ball State game with SportsLink Digital.
You're not going to miss this one. We have you live here from Worthen Arena. Ball State men's basketball hosting South Dakota State. Max, as the starters are being introduced, we might as well introduce them to our audience, something quite usual for the Jackrabbits. And again, we've been talking about consistency, something very inconsistent for Ball State.
So for South Dakota State, the big thing here, of course, we got a 6'3" sophomore guard in Joe Seiler starting us off alongside Kalen Gary, Matthew Morse, the senior forward, as we mentioned, Jaden Jackson, and then Alex Squires, the big man, 6'10". And you had a chance to talk to the voice of the Jackrabbits. The big thing he I guess warned you about is that, hey, Squires and Wilkinson, they're two very similar players that are going to, kind of have even playing time.
Yeah, they're going to split the 40 minutes 20-20, and very similar build. Both stand at 6'10". Wilkinson a little bit lighter at 245, but again, that doesn't really matter as much when you're playing against a pretty short Ball State team. They also both come from small South Dakota schools. They stayed home with the state school, and they're ready to prove something, especially when March comes around. Now we flip over to the Ball State side. A little bit of a mix-up. They've had plenty and a plethora of different starting lineups this year, and again, today is no different.
Yeah, so it'll be Davion Hill starting off for Ball State alongside Amani Ziegler. Mason Jones has played in every single game alongside Ziegler. That's been consistent. And then some of the new faces you've been seeing. Preston Copeland, the 6'9" freshman forward, getting his fourth start this season. And then Linton, Indiana's Joey Hart getting his second ever start as a Cardinal. In only a second game this year, it's start number 1 for the year for Joey Hart.
He is back. He only played a couple minutes versus Evansville, and he is back. Davion Hill started the first couple games of the season. He's back in the starting lineups. He's going to be a guy they need to produce on the offensive side if they want any hope of taking down this Jackrabbit squad.
And I mean, early on, it was the Davion Hill show. You know, he scored 16 points against Louisiana in the first game of the year. He then followed that up with, I think it was about 20 points against Mansfield. So he started off really well, kind of became a little ice cold. Coach decided they needed to go in maybe a different direction, but he's back in the starting 5. And hey, let's see what Ball State can do this time against a very good South Dakota State team.
Cardinals bring out something new for this matchup. Their home grays, solid gray uniform, red numbers, red lettering, white trim. South Dakota State bringing out the blue uniform, something that's just classic and well known with their program. 1-2 in the blue uniforms this year. Ball State obviously 0-0 in the Grays. This is their first time. The Jackrabbits uniforms, solid blue, yellow lettering, yellow numbers, yellow trim. Couple seconds to jump. Ball State in one last huddle as they will make their way out to the floor, and we will get set from Worthen Arena. Good crowd on hand for finals week here in Muncie. Max, we got a couple classes left, couple more tests to take, and then we're home free for Christmas break.
It's going to be really fun, and speaking of really fun, this matchup should be a good one. Ball State has played well against better competition. You looked at the start against Wisconsin, so you never know. We could see a very similar start. Let's find out.
Preston Copeland, number 34, against Alex Squires, number 35, and we're underway. Copeland wins the tip, and Ball State starts with possession. Davion Hill sets up his offense and brings the ball across the timeline, moving left to right. Passes over, swings, Joey Hart. Shot of the season, it's down, his first one. Joey Hart with the early three.
We were talking about how Joey Hart was going to need to have a big day. Let's see if that can happen.
Jaden Jackson up the timeline, guarded by Hill. Screen, he gets around. Working on the right far wing. Now top of the key. Looks inside. It's knocked away. Seiler tried to feed that one, and the Cardinals cough it right up. Kalen Gary. Preseason All-Summit League first team. Near left wing. Bounce pass inside. Going to work. Squires on Copeland. Spin move to the left. It's down and in. Preston Copeland, the freshman. Got to know that Squires down low is going to make that move. Davion Hill. Far left wing, gets the screen from Copeland. Didn't do the roll action there. Joey Hart has the only Cardinal point so far. Ziegler inside, feeds back out to Hart. Hill will pull up from the near right wing. It's off the mark. Preston Copeland, the offensive rebound. A cutting Hill to the cup. He got it. Davion Hill, an early 2-5-2 Cardinal lead. Matthew Moore swings it over. Gary inside to Squires. Squires goes to work on Copeland. Tries the spin again. Goes back. Hook shot is in. Nothing but net. Alex Squires, the only points. 5-4 Cardinals lead.
Copeland has been so very impressive. Offense, defense, it doesn't matter. He's really stepped up early.
Davion Hill working it with his left hand. Now to Hart on the left wing. Back up top of the key. Copeland. Now Ziegler. Ziegler drives, has Copeland, decides not to take it. A cutting Joey Hart underneath. He's fouled up and under, and he'll go to the line to shoot two.
And that was just a smart decision there from Joey Hart to be able to draw the foul. He's been able to have a lot of offense chances early on. I mean, he scored the first point of this ball game.
And the three looked like a beautiful stroke. I mean, a guy coming off a foot injury, what more can you ask for? The first one is down for Hart. And he transferred here because he said he wanted to play basketball in Indiana. I mean, I think everybody does, being the sport that it is here in this state. Hart knocks down both. He's got 5 on the day. Cardinals leave 7-4. Up the timeline comes Jackson, leading the Jackrabbits in most of the offensive categories. Stats-wise, Squires, far right wing, hands off. Jackson, Hill was screened. Now Jackson pulls up on that wing. It's off the mark, and a big rebound from Joey Hart, who takes a tumble. Ziegler strides ahead. Far left wing, makes a move, steps back, feeds inside to the freshman Preston Copeland. The native of Clayton, North Carolina, too far of a pass to Joey Hart, and the Jackrabbits will get the ball back.
And you got to give the catch there from David Eha. He was the one who was able to catch that one going way out of bounds.
Former Ball State men's basketball player. Well, Matthew Moores will inbound it, the native of Yankton, South Dakota. Transfer in from 1 year at Wisconsin, a team Ball State played this year. They actually have a couple players transferring in. Luke Hurdle's another. Joe Seiler at the top of the key, hands off to Squires. Pull up, Jackson again will try another tray off the mark, and Caden Fish in the game gets the rebound. Ziegler across the timeline on the right wing. Drives into the paint, working on Jackson, dish back out. Fish will fake now, drive. One power dribble to the cup and in. Caden Fish says hello. The Cardinals set up their defense. Near right wing, it's Jackson. Feeds inside Squires. Squires the handoff. Jackson again, now in the corner here on the near right side. Ziegler tried to go behind, stole it. Ziegler has Hill ahead, but he decides to keep it. Top of the key, handoff. Mason Jones to the cup, up and in. First points for Jones today, and the Cardinals lead 11-4. Drive inside by Gary, but Ziegler is going to be called for the foul there.
And this is the stoppage that South Dakota State was hoping for, because Ball State's been trying to run away with this early on, and you're going to see now 3 substitutions bringing in Luke Hurdle, Caleb Delzell, and Damon Wilkinson. So Coach Peterson going to see if maybe changing something up and can help his Jackrabbits get some more offense.
We didn't see Trey Buchanan, who you usually see by this time. He might be dealing with an injury. Spin move by Wilkinson. He gets the 2 to fall. Again, Trey Buchanan did not play in that last game, has not played yet, could be on the injury report, not sure about that. But the Cardinals' advantage is now 5, 11-6. Hill going to work, finds Jones on the right wing. Now goes to Hart, and back up top, Fish will pull for 3, nothing but air. Claps it up, knows that came off his hands the wrong way, and Ball State commits their second turnover.
So the big thing that Ball State is going to need to stop is having those turnovers, because once South Dakota State gets hot, they're hard to stop.
Kalen Gary near right wing. Pass up top, it's Wilkinson. Feeds Delzell with the ball. Finds Jaden Jackson. They're just playing pass at the top of the key. Gary will reset, gets a screen from Wilkinson. Does not pull. Good defense by the Cardinals. There's 6 on the shot clock. Gary, step back, goes to work. Not true. Bounced around, and Ziegler pulls it down. Huge rebound from the Ball State guard. Ziegler has a plan in mind, draws up the concept. Joey Hart having trouble with the pass, finds Mason Jones, top of the key. Corner to Hill on the far left side. Drives inside, will pull up from about the elbow, and he got it. Davion Hill knocks down 2 more. Cardinals 13-6 lead. Kalen Gary, top of the key. Delzell going to work. Knocked away by Fish. Great defensive play. And it's out of bounds, and that means we get a timeout. The under 16, 15-14 on the clock. Ball State, 13-6 lead. You're listening to SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Hey Cardinal fans, show your pride wherever you go with the Ball State Financial Debit Card, now featuring your favorite mascot, Charlie Cardinal. It's the perfect card for students, alumni, and lifelong fans, letting you show your Cardinal spirit with every purchase you make. And with Ball State Financial, you'll get all the convenience, security, and hometown service you deserve from people who love this community as much as you do. Explore the card in your hometown credit union at fcfcu.com/chirp. Ball State Financial, your hometown credit union.
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle.
The fans are certainly chirping here in Muncie. Early runaway lead for Ball State, 13-16. They're working it up and down the floor. The defense has been strong so far. Max, what have you liked so far?
Well, I've been really impressed by Ball State's ability to get the rebound. You know, it seems like that's always a simple ask from coaches, but Ball State's been winning the rebound battle so far. It's early, but that's been giving them these second chance points and these second chance opportunities. So that's something that has gone really well. I've been impressed by Preston Copeland, because even though he's a freshman, he did not look like a freshman out there. He looked like he'd been playing Division I basketball for a while, and he was just making smart decisions offensively and defensively. Some of the young guys, they always seem to want to maybe be focused on, oh, I only want to be scoring offense, or I only want to get steals. But he was doing both, and that's what you're going to be asking for if you're Coach Lewis and this Ball State coaching staff. But meanwhile, for South Dakota State, it felt like they were just a step or two behind from the start. So I think coming out of this timeout, I'd expect to see a little more pace from South Dakota State, because that's something they did really well in some of their other games.
15-14 in this first half. The Jackrabbits return most of their guys who were out there. Delzell Jackson, Gary Wilkinson, and Hurdle. They kind of do a line change. They brought 3 in at that last break. 3 guys went out. Ball State retains the players, but Elmore James checks in for the first time today, along with Jawan Maxey, number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 24 on the floor for the Cardinals. Far left inbound for the Jackrabbits. Jaden Jackson returns to the top of the key. Originates his offense. Finds Gary down low. Wilkinson off the glass. Pretty touching in. 13-8. Cardinals lead down to 5. Davion Hill up the timeline. Far near right side. Guarded by Gary. Screen from Maxey. He's open in the corner. They don't pull it. Dribble drive move. Spin by Hill. Might have taken too many. He's rejected. Mason Jones, a strong offensive rebound, will find Caden Fish. Airballed his first 3, doesn't take one there. Jawan Maxey has been cold, pulls ahead off the back of the iron and into the hands of the awaiting Jackrabbits. Hurdle up ahead, the Wisconsin and Winona State transfer. Finds Gary, and we have a foul down low. Looks like it's going to go against Caden Fish.
I guess that can be maybe the only argument that you can make that Ball State's been doing poor, I guess, is getting some quick and easy fouls. That was foul number 2 on the Cardinals here in the first half. But otherwise, just Ball State's been playing really well. But shout out Damon Wilkinson. I mean, as soon as he has come on the court for the Jackrabbits, it's like he's been shot out of a cannon almost. He's been having a lot of speed.
Wilkinson and Squires work so well back and forth. Looks like they want the players on the Ball State bench to sit down. It looks like we have Mason Jones subbing out for Preston Copeland. Inbound on the left baseline. Jackrabbits moving right to left. Ball State moving left to right. Inbound, it's Gary. Feeds inside Wilkinson. Open hoop again with the left hand and up. 13-10. Ball State only leads by 3. SDSU on a 4-0 run. Maxey finds Copeland. They swing it all the way over to Hill. Barnes pulls up from the elbow. It's good. Devin Barnes in the game for the first time. It's 15-10.
Welcome back to the show, Devin Barnes. That was a nice shot.
A drive by Gary. Gets the cup. Double team. Finds Seiler wide open off the front of the rim. Offensive rebound, Gary. They get it right back. Hurdle feeds inside. Wilkinson tripled. Now Gary, top of the key. Nothing but the bucket. Kalen Gary buries a triple.
And he was left wide open there. Maxey found him a second or 2 late, and that's why he was able to get the easy 3.
15-13. 13:30 to go in this first half. Jawan Maxey, top of the key, finds Barnes. Barnes gets a screen from Fish, a double team, no. Now Elmore James, stuck at the elbow. Finds Caden Fish, far left corner. He's double teamed, going to work on Wilkinson, using his shoulder, gets shoved out. James pulls up from deep, it's off the mark, and end of the shot clock. No, we have a foul down low. It's going to go against Damian Wilkinson. The native of D. Summit, South Dakota, gets called for the hold. Second foul on South Dakota State. Another win against Joe Seiler, so now 2 team fouls for the Jackrabbits. 13-11 to go, 15-13 Cardinal lead. Elmore James, left side of the end line inbounds. We'll find Preston Copeland top of the key, swings it out. Mason Jones with the ball. Fakes once, fakes twice, now fakes a third time, but doesn't go anywhere. Barnes uses the speed, top of the key fake. Now over to Elmore James, the 4th. Barnes gets it back, motions for a screen, gets it. He'll pull up from beyond the arc, just off the front rim. Huge rebound from Copeland underneath. Up and under, off the mark for the freshman, collected by Gary. They stream ahead. Seiler in trouble. Finds Delzell back in the game. Good move by Wilkinson to the cup and under and in. They're going to keep feeding those guys when they can.
Just made it look so easy there, did Wilkinson.
Far corner. It's Elmore James, the 4th, the Ohio transfer, swings it over to Jones. Barnes looks for an opening. It's Copeland back over to Maxey. They like to play this perimeter ball without the height they have. Jones is going to pull up left elbow three. Got it! Mason Jones, a huge three. And Ball State back up by 3.
And that was an impressive three because he had Gary all in his face. There was some contact. It didn't matter. He was still able to get the 3.
Mason Jones up to 5 on the day. Trouble underneath. Delzell gets it back, puts up a floater off the back of the iron, and Jawan Maxey walks away unscathed. Near right wing, looking for his offense to get set up. It's Devin Barnes in the corner, pulls up from beyond the arc, just off the back rim. So close, but no cigar. Joe Seiler returns with ball handling duties. Finds Gary wide open, right wing 3, off of the rim and no good. Collected and inhaled by Elmore James IV. They go ahead, 11-16 to go, 18-15 Cardinal lead. Copeland finds Maxey, who's really been struggling from beyond the arc. But now Mason Jones thought about it, instead drives to the cup. Plants his foot, no travel, and stolen. What a steal from Joe Seiler. Up ahead, Maxey in pursuit, got it off the rim and no good. But a second chance, Kalen Gary's going to the line.
It's not going to be a fun one to watch in the film. He should have made that basket, but as we head to another media timeout, this is a completely different South Dakota State. They came out and they've been firing on all cylinders.
Ever since that timeout, they've made sort of the comeback. Cardinals still hold an 18-15 lead, 10:58 to go. This is SportsLink Digital Radio presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Today we have 2 very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
For the best stories in Ball State sports, our latest videos, and SportsLink program information, that can all be found at ballstatesportslink.com. That is ballstatesportslink.com. We got a shooting contest for one of the fans right now, as the Cardinal faithful quite happy right now. 18-15 lead, 10:58 to go. Almost approaching that halfway mark, but Ball State has been shooting well to begin this half. That's really been their path to success.
Yeah, so when we look at the numbers right now, Ball State shooting 47%, but one of the big things I mentioned earlier was that I wanted to see who was going to win the total rebound battle. Right now, Cards hold an 8-6 advantage, and that's one of the reasons why it has been so close. It's because they're close in that rebound battle. South Dakota State's getting a lot more opportunities, and so Ball State's going to really need to start getting some stops defensively, because this is a South Dakota State team that wants to run away with this one.
So far, 7 assists as a team for the Cardinal, really passing the rock around. Not one guy scoring the ball. There's been more than 2 even. By my count, there's been at least 5, and it wasn't even all the starters. There was some bench players getting involved. So far, Joey Hart, quite the return, made the 3 and the 2. He's got 5 total. For South Dakota, it's really been the big men down low, specifically Damian Wilkinson. But checking in for them for the first time today, Bubs Alvarez. And he goes by Bubs, but his full name is actually Gabriel Alvarez, number 12, the native of Houston, Texas. But at the line is Kalen Gary. First one is away and down. Nothing but net comes into today, shooting 64% from the charity stripe. Second one from the charity stripe. He got it, nothing but net. Ball State taking their time to inbound this one. It'll be Ziegler as we have the sub. Alvarez is in for Gary. Inbounded, it's Devin Barnes going to work. Pressed by Alvarez, full court pressure. Stops his dribble, finds Ziegler, far left wing. Ziegler uses the speed to the cup, just midair, doesn't get it to go. Matthew Moores collects the loose ball ahead to Hurdle. Hurdle waits for the rest of his teammates. Drives it himself into the paint from left to right. Pulls up, denied by Jones. Mason Jones steamrolls ahead, has a couple, pulls back, sets up the offense. Barnes in the right corner, back up Jones. Finds Copeland. Copeland and Hart are going to play pass back and forth. Hart to the cup, off the glass and in. Pretty touch. Joey Hart up to 7 on the day.
Welcome back, Joey Hart. He has been playing really well early on. You can tell his presence was missed.
The two guys who have been here longest, Joey Hart, Mason Jones on that play, going to work. It's Squires down low on Copeland. What has Copeland learned so far? The right hook is no good, and a huge rebound from Preston Copeland and a foul on Matthew Moores.
And that was just a really good play from the freshman. He's able to get the rebound and draw the foul. Again, this kid's a true freshman, and he's playing really well.
Combine Academy product, like you said, playing well. Alvarez continues the full court pressure. This time it's Davion Hill. Makes a move, tries to go to his right, knocked out of bounds by Alvarez, and we will continue to play this inbound game. 9:45 to go. Cardinals lead by 3, 20-17. He finds Copeland near right wing. He's double teamed. No, now they go back to single man coverage. Jones, Hart, almost traveled, didn't pick up his foot, kept it planted. Jones the drive, gets to the paint, makes a cut, makes a move, and that time he took one too many steps and he knew it. Turnover on Ball State.
And it just feels like if you're a Ball State fan that you need to stop getting those turnovers now, because you know how good the South Dakota State team can be.
Seiler top of the key finds Squires wide open underneath his Bubs Alvarez, and he gets it to go down. Hole in the coverage, and Alvarez has his first points of the game.
And Coach Lewis was incredibly frustrated.
Joey Hart to Preston Copeland. Now Hill, too hard of a pass, almost off his chest, but he got it back. Hart drives baseline to the cup, almost slammed it in. He gives up for a layup, but still Cardinals get a 3-point lead back. He's up to 9 on the day. Jaden Jackson has yet to get going. Squires underneath. Pretty touch, but too hard. Now back out. Seiler for 3. Too long and too much over the backboard, and Ball State retains the ball. Another empty possession for the Jackrabbits.
And I want to go back to that made basket by Joey Hart. He's incredibly lucky he made it, because he would have been the second Cardinal who was trying to get a highlight reel play, and it wasn't pretty, but this time Hart was able to make it go in.
Jackrabbits struggling from beyond the arc, 1 for 6 to start the day. Cardinals also going cold. 2 for 8. Could it change here? No. Davion Hill misses the long tray and rebounded by Jackson, who coughs it up. Out of bounds, he saves it. Alvarez drives in, adjusts, and gets the basket. Bubs Alvarez. 4 points off the bench for South Dakota State, and when they need them most, 22-21 Cardinal lead. Swing to the far left side. Handoff from Jones over to Hart. Caden Fish plays big man, hands it off. Ziegler pulls up long 2 off front rim. Caden Fish collects the rebound, and it's in. Fell right into his hands. And Caden Fish able to collect it and send it home. 24-21 lead for Ball State. Drive inside. Matthew Moores gets to the cup on Mason Jones and gets his first points of the game. 24-23, Ball State still in front. Armani Ziegler guarded by Jaden Jackson. Joey Hart double team, finds Jones underneath, goes to work on Moores. Has to get out. Caden Fish will pull up again. Splash! Caden Fish redeems himself for 3, and he's up to 7 points.
This is why you sign him. He had a big rebound and immediately gets a big 3 right after.
Matthew Moores, near left corner, picks up his dribble. He's what they call dead. Stolen by Mason Jones. Knocked off Moores' leg. What a play from the Valparaiso native. Mason Jones doing all the dirty work.
And you could just hear it in Worthen. They're starting to get fired up. It may only be a 4-point ball game, but it's looking like it's been all Cardinals so far.
27-23 lead. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have more action from Worthen Arena. This is SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Hey Cardinal fans, show your pride wherever you go with the Ball State Financial Debit Card, now featuring your favorite mascot, Charlie Cardinal. It's the perfect card for students, alumni, and lifelong fans, letting you show your Cardinal spirit with every purchase you make. And with Ball State Financial, you'll get all the convenience, security, and hometown service you deserve from people who love this community as much as you do. Explore the card in your hometown credit union at fcfcu.com/chirp. Ball State Financial, your hometown credit union.
Ranked #1 in the nation by the Broadcast Education Association. This is Ball State SportsLink with SportsLink Digital Radio.
This broadcast is produced by the students of Ball State SportsLink and presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. For your next new or pre-owned vehicle, drop by the showroom at the corner of McGalliard and Morrison Roads in Muncie, or visit victorymuncie.com. That is victorymuncie.com. Well, Max, we needed the offense to start hot for Ball State, and that's what we have got so far. 27-23 lead, 7:07 left on the clock here in half number 1.
And it has been the Joey Hart show so far. He has 9 points. And Mason Jones, right as we went to the break, he was playing really well. And then Caden Fish had a big-time 3 coming after a big-time rebound. So it's really been the big men and Joey Hart who have been impressive so far for Ball State. But looking back at the numbers, again, Ball State shooting 50% from the field. That's good. Dakota State not far behind, 48%, but I'm going to keep hammering it in until it's the end of this game. But Ball State has that rebound battle won right now. That's why they have the 4-point advantage, 27-23.
South Dakota State, interesting note here, 0-4 when they lose the rebound battle, and that is a big point of emphasis right now. Ball State total rebounds 12, South Dakota State 9, and you would think with 2 6'10" centers on their squad, they would be destroying Ball State in the rebounding battle, but that's just simply not true. Guys like Preston Copeland, Caden Fish, and Mason Jones have really been getting under the basket and getting those rebounds.
And I'm super excited to see what Preston Copeland can do for the rest of this game whenever he does get back into the contest, because it feels like every time he's in, he's been making big impacts early.
Jawan Maxey across the Cardinal head with the ball, one of the more speedier players on this roster. Feeds inside to Caden Fish. He goes to work, handoff, Joey Hart. Got to have the most confidence in the world being back on the floor. Elmore James, the drive inside. One move, pumps, fade away, no good. Wilkinson inhales the basketball and pushes ahead to Jaden Jackson. Jackson feeds it to Wilkinson. Wilkinson, handoff, fake. Back over to Jackson on Joey Hart, and there's going to be a foul on the Linton native. His first of the day.
And big thing that I was surprised here as we're seeing Jackson now get the inbound. He's yet to score, even though he's team's leading scorer.
Averaging 12.6 points per game. He gets it in the far right corner, going to work again, this time on Mason Jones. Back up top, Joe Seiler makes one cut, doesn't. Gives up the ball to Jackson. Jackson the spin. Now by Caden Fish. That was a mismatch. Alvarez to the cup. He gets another one to fall. Bubs Alvarez has 6. But now we have another whistle. Unsure what the stoppage of play is. Bubs Alvarez scored that basket, ran back. We will have a technical foul on Bubs Alvarez.
Well, he said something because Coach Lewis immediately was really annoyed.
Must have been messing with the bench, but Joey Hart goes to the line and knocks down his first free throw. His 3 for 3 on the day and the season as a matter of fact, and that puts him in double figures, 10 points now. He knocks down the second, 11 points. 2 free throws, and Ball State will get the ball.
And if you are South Dakota State, you cannot afford to be giving the technical foul there. It really wasn't necessary. You're down at this point. That's just giving more free points away.
And it's a pivotal moment. I mean, they were within 2 points, and Ball State's now up 4. 29-25, 6:05 to go in this first half. Been all Ball State so far. Jawan Maxey, top of the key, making a move. Guarded by Jaden Jackson, who is scoreless so far. Maxey, top of the key, feeds to Joey Hart. Made 2 free throws, now drives, back out. Caden Fish for deep off front rim, but rebounded by Elmore James. Fights for it, but falls into the Jackrabbit bench. And it is a turnover on the Redbirds. Kalen Gary checks back into the game for the blue and gold. You know, Coach Peterson keeping Alvarez on the floor even though he got that technical foul.
I think that shows trust that Coach has for his team, that Alvarez isn't going to do anything to warrant getting a second technical.
Hopefully he learned from his mistake. Wilkinson looking for a handoff, finds Hurdle. Seiler now with the ball. Wilkinson again. Kalen Gary drives left side of the cup. Stripped by James. Out of bounds. What a defensive play from the Ohio transfer.
And it felt like James didn't even move and that ball just hopped out of his hands. That was impressive.
Kalen Gary fidgeting with his thumb there after that strip. May have gotten bumped, and he's pulled there by Jawan Maxey. Kind of going through kind of a ringer right here. He's kind of getting beat up at every step he takes. Jawan Maxey's first foul. 5 team fouls for the Redbirds now. Seiler on the inbound, guarded by James. That time Kalen Gary, and it's Jawan Maxey again. He hooked him around the neck, and that will be Jawan's second team foul, or second personal, and the 6th team foul. He will get subbed out in favor of Devin Barnes.
He really has just not had an opportunity to show anything tonight, has Maxey.
Gary pull up from deep, nothing but net. Kalen Gary knocks down a huge 3. And the Jackrabbits within 1, 29-28, 5:15 to go. Elmore James passes the ball to Barnes. Far left wing, now Caden Fish at the top of the key. Thought about driving, now Ziegler, who's been quiet thus far. It's Elmore James, pulls up, mid-ranger off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Ziegler, but it's too much pressure. He falls out of bounds over the end line. And back-to-back possessions with a turnover from the Cardinals.
And if you're Ball State, you like the effort, but when you have an official right there on the baseline, yeah, you can see that every time.
South Dakota State, chance to take a lead. Hasn't been there in forever. Double team down low on Wilkinson. Long 3 from Seiler. Nothing but air, way too long. And the Cardinal faithful are going to let him hear that one.
And with 14 seconds left on the shot clock, that was an interesting choice to force a shot there instead of just trying to maybe waste a second or two, hoping you can find a better option.
To say the least. Now Armani Ziegler, the transfer from St. Peter's, putting his defender on his back, gets to the cup, right side, into a body, no call, we play on. Rebounded by Fish, he's rejected at the hoop. He grabs his own rebound, fumbles it. Up ahead, Wilkinson to Alvarez. Looks for the feed, and that's stolen by Mason Jones. What are we playing here? This is street ball. Ahead, Devin Barnes sets it up. Jones fakes in the corner, now drives inside. Fish, top of the key. One more pump fake won't do. James spin cycle, fouled. On the floor, no. It will be on the floor, no shooting action. It's going to go against the Jackrabbits, and that brings us to yet another break. Under 4 timeout, 3:57 to go. Ball State, a 1-point lead, 29-28. This is SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Looking for flawless awards, trophies, plaques, medals, or engraved keepsakes right here in Muncie? Head to Awards Plus, your hometown expert for over 25 years. Located at 301 West Main Street, they're the area's leading trophy shop, serving the Muncie and surrounding area. Awards Plus delivers top quality with attention to detail and fast, reliable service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Stop by or call 765-282-3511. Awards Plus, where the achievements take center stage. A proud partner of Ball State Athletics.
Sometimes it's not the moment. It's the moment before the moment. The moment you make a choice. The moment you take control. The moment only you can own. GameBridge lets you invest on your terms. So you're not only in charge of this moment, but all the moments to come. Start investing now.
You're listening to SportsLink Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Your home for live Ball State sports.
All night long playing here as the Cardinals hold a 1-point advantage, 3:57, I should say, left on this clock in the first half as the fight song rings out from the pride of Mid-America. Well, Max, don't want to sound like a broken record, but the offense has been here. They have come alive in this first half so far, specifically Joey Hart.
Well, they were playing well until as of late. They're 0 for 5 in their last 5 field goal attempts. They haven't scored for 2 minutes for Ball State. So up until then, it's been really good because of players like Joey Hart and Mason Jones. But these last 2 minutes, it has been far from pretty Ball State basketball, and that's going to need to change because this is a Ball State team that has really struggled in the second half, so they are going to hope that they can get to a bigger lead now before we get towards halftime.
Ball State in a 2-minute and 17-second scoring drought. And South Dakota State has made the last 4 shots out of their last 5. At the line, Elmore James IV, an Ohio transfer, 3-year starter there. He makes the first for his first points of the day. Makes the second 2 for 2 for Elmore James, the native of Cleveland. He knows the MAC all too well. Now inbounded for the Jackrabbits. They come across the timeline. It's Kalen Gary with the ball near left wing. Inside, Seiler going to work on Hill. Back out top, Kalen Gary makes one, jab, spins, the ball's loose, no, regathered by the Jackrabbits guard. Matthew Moores with the screen, no, the fake. Now taken by Seiler. He lost it, almost travels. Moores, far left corner, he's open, bang! Matthew Moores knocks it down, and SDSU has tied this game. Davion Hill travels to the top of the key, now spins to the right. Maxey back in the game. Devin Barnes finds Hill. Now, corner, Ziegler. Far right corner, no, he gets it back. Ziegler makes one move, made a man miss, no. Now Fish inside. The Iowa State transfer, trying to get anything going in the paint. He lost the ball, now puts it up at the shot clock buzzer, no good. Kalen Gary will reset in South Dakota State, a chance to take the lead for nearly the first time tonight. Setting up his offense. Squires back into the game. Hand off to Matthew Moores at the top of the key. Makes one cut, doesn't go. Gary drives inside, hooks his defender. We still play on. Seiler, left corner, doesn't take the shot. Stolen by Ziegler. Armani Ziegler out of nowhere. Travels ahead on the left side. Makes a move and one. Armani Ziegler. He gets the call and Ball State's up by 2.
It took nearly 5 minutes, but the Cardinals, they have scored once again.
That goes against Bubs Alvarez, his second foul coming after the technical. Ziegler, and it took almost 18 minutes for Ziegler to get on the score sheet. His first 2 points of the game, and again, he's some guy who's averaging 11 a game, shooting 47% from the field. Quite rare for him to have the slow start he did today.
But he gets the steal, goes coast to coast. That's called announcing your presence right there if you're Ziegler.
Came at a time when Ball State needed it, the St. Peter's transfer. He said he heard about Ball State watching the women's team last year as he misses that free throw. Quite the way to discover Ball State men's basketball, but hey, it got him here, and now he's in Muncie performing well. Alvarez passes over to Jaden Jackson. To the cup, no one home, but way too strong. Squires, he was hammered by his own teammate, and they call a foul. It looked like Matthew Moores jumped into him, and they call a foul on Ball State. That's going to go against Preston Copeland, his first of the night. Quite the weird sequence of events. Squires knocks down the first free throw, point number 5 of his night. The Muncie locals are not happy with that call.
No, students at Chirp Vision showing multiple replay angles. It looked like blue on blue crime. I don't know, Jim.
Well, and it turns into 2 free throws, so maybe ball do lie, or maybe it don't. We will not know. Davion Hill across the Cardinal head at center court, just under 2 minutes to go. Ball State tied with the Jackrabbits, 33-33. Hill straight downhill to the cup. He got it. Davion Hill with the 2 points. And 1. The call's going to go against South Dakota State. And Hill scores his 4th points of the day.
And it is wild that a player like Hill has only scored his 4th point now. But that's because multiple Cardinals have been able to step up here today, which is, I think, something that Coach Lewis will be happy about.
Free throws away and good for Davion Hill. He's up to 5 on the day. That foul went against Hurdle, Luke Hurdle that is, his first of the day. 36-33, Cardinals lead, 1:45 to go. Bubs Alvarez stops on a dime, now finds Jackson, far right wing, splash! Jaden Jackson from downtown is finally on the board for South Dakota State, and we are tied again, 36-36. A minute and a half, 90 seconds to go. Davion Hill leads Alvarez to the corner. Now Copeland up top. Ziegler, a downhill drive. Passes back out as the Ball State offense resets. Joey Hart in early 9 has since been quiet. Hill will drive again, finds Copeland inside. Skyhook around to the right side, it's good. Preston Copeland scores his first points. 38-36 lead, 1:04 to go. Matthew Moore's the drive inside on the right block. Doesn't have anywhere to go. Squires goes flying. Now Hill goes flying. A pull-up from Kalen Gary out of nowhere, and South Dakota State has the lead. 39-38. 47 seconds to go. Davion Hill's going to walk it up the timeline, taking all the seconds off the clock. As we have a whistle on the floor, and it appears to be a foul. It's going to go against South Dakota State. That one on Alex Squires. That'll be his first personal. Definitely something you don't want to see as a coach, especially with 38 seconds left on the clock.
And when you have the lead, that's frustrating as well because, as I've mentioned, you're just giving these free points essentially to Ball State if they can make these free throws.
Copeland on the 1-for-1 misses the shot. Jaden Jackson hauls in the rebound. Something the Cardinals have struggled with all year is rebounds, and Jaden Jackson gets across half court and calls a timeout. 39-38 lead for South Dakota State, 33 seconds to go. We'll take a short break. This is SportsLink Digital Radio presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Behind every strong hip and knee, behind every strong shoulder. Good catch. Behind every strong team, is our highly skilled team of experts in orthopedics. IU Health is the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of Ball State Athletics, and we're here to keep you moving. From acute injuries to chronic pain and conditions, go where the athletes go. Walk-in appointments for new injuries are available Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you can always schedule a same-day or next-day appointment and wait from the comfort of your home. Visit iuhealth.org/MuncieOrtho to learn more.
For the best stories in Ball State sports, our latest videos, and SportsLink program information, it can be found at ballstatesportslink.com. That is ballstatesportslink.com. So an empty possession for Ball State leads to a final possession, most likely for South Dakota State. 39-38 lead. 33.5 seconds to go. Inbounded. Jaden Jackson at the low. Drives to the right corner. Has nobody between him and the basket. Gets there. Off the glass. His own rebound. That doesn't go. A third try. A fourth try. No! Out of bounds, and it's going to go to the Cardinals. What was that sequence off 7 different Jackrabbits?
It's just not been pretty these last few seconds. Both teams making some bad mistakes. Now's the time to do it. Now's the time to get rid of these simple mistakes, because once it comes to conference play, you're going to not be a fan of that, as our officials having a quick little timeout.
They're going to take a look at the last play to see exactly who it went off of. Yeah, you can't have, like you were saying off that point, especially when conference play comes around, you can't have these little mistakes that keep happening.
No, because you look at both of these conferences. I mean, the Summit League's going to be highly competitive this year. North Dakota State and St. Thomas, you know, they look good this year. South Dakota hates that North Dakota's doing good right now. North Dakota State, that is. We got to make sure we're careful there. And then for the Mid-American Conference, I mean, you look at squads like Miami and Akron and Buffalo. They are either undefeated or 1- and 2-loss teams early on. They're in the mid-major poll, for crying out loud. This is going to be a highly competitive year for the MAC and the Summit League. So if either of these teams want to do well in their tournaments, they're going to have to not make mistakes.
So Davion Hill has the ball for potentially the last time this half. 14 seconds to go. Mason Jones, one pump fake, tries to get it to Hart. He does. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Finds Maxey in the corner. The drive, a dribble drive to the cup. He's fouled with 4.2 on the clock. Maxey draws the foul. It's going to go against number 5, Caleb Delzell, his first of the evening in the foul department. And Jawan Maxey, a guy shooting 62.5% from the free throw line, gets to take 2 easy ones. He makes the first, bounce off the rim twice, but it goes down. His first point of the evening. Ziegler and Copeland back into the game. Going with maybe some more height, especially for these last few seconds on the clock. Looks like Devin Barnes is going to sub in for the shooter. Not in just yet. And that one is down as well. Jawan Maxey makes both 2 points on the day and subs out in favor of Devin Barnes. 4.2 on the clock. Kalen Gary, the inbounder. Got to Jackson. Jackson streamlines ahead. Needs to put up a shot. Did he get it off? He did, and it's off the backboard and short. Ball State a 1-point lead at the half. 40-39 over the Jackrabbits of South Dakota State. We're going to take a halftime break. When we come back, we'll have a short Ball State men's basketball halftime show presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our lower prices. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Hey Cardinal fans, show your pride wherever you go with the Ball State Financial Debit Card, now featuring your favorite mascot, Charlie Cardinal. It's the perfect card for students, alumni, and lifelong fans, letting you show your Cardinal spirit with every purchase you make. And with Ball State Financial, you'll get all the convenience, security, and hometown service you deserve from people who love this community as much as you do. Explore the card in your hometown credit union at fcfcu.com/chirp. Ball State Financial, your hometown credit union.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Behind every strong hip and knee. Behind every strong shoulder.
Good catch.
Behind every strong team is our highly skilled team of experts in orthopedics. IU Health is the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of Ball State Athletics, and we're here to keep you moving. From acute injuries to chronic pain and conditions, go where the athletes go. Walk-in appointments for new injuries are available Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you can always schedule a same-day or next-day appointment and wait from the comfort of your home. Visit iuhealth.org/MuncieOrtho to learn more.
Looking for flawless awards, trophies, plaques, medals, or engraved keepsakes right here in Muncie? Head to Awards Plus, your hometown expert for over 25 years. Located at 301 West Main Street, they're the area's leading trophy shop, serving the Muncie and surrounding area. Awards Plus delivers top quality with attention to detail and fast, reliable service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Stop by or call 765-282-3511. Awards Plus, where the achievements take center stage. A proud partner of Ball State Athletics.
Well, together, we're all in it together. And I said it in my press conference, it's not just the players, it's not just the coaches, it's the administration, it's the trainers, it's the strength staff, it's the alumni coming back, it's the people in the community supporting our program.
Together to me is just moving as one cohesive unit.
I feel like I could just go back to our conditioning, our workouts together.
You're building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now.
Sometimes it's not the moment. It's the moment before the moment. The moment you make a choice. The moment you take control. The moment only you can own. Gainbridge lets you invest on your terms. So you're not only in charge of this moment, but all the moments to come. Start investing now.
You're listening to SportsLink Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Your home for live Ball State sports.
Ranked number 1 in the nation by the Broadcast Education Association. This is Ball State SportsLink with SportsLink Digital Radio.
From trivia night at Brothers and tater tots at Roots.
Never miss a Ball State game with SportsLink Digital.
From the bell tower to your smartphone, anywhere in the world.
Never miss Ball State sports with SportsLink Digital.
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle.
Well, Max, we're back from Worthen Arena, a 40-39 lead for Ball State at the half. And quite the back and forth we had. Ball State had the lead for most of the half, lost it there at the end for a brief moment, but it's back in their hands.
So the big thing to know is the current trends. Ball State was shooting 3 of 3 from field goal. Meanwhile, South Dakota State was going 0 of 4 right at the end. That's going to be something they're going to watch the film back and be annoyed because they're going to wish that, maybe we had made a lot more shots. But these two teams, they've shot a lot. I mean, they've combined for 63 total shots. Ball State shooting 45%. South Dakota 47%, but one trend that's going in favor of South Dakota State. That's why they were leading at one point. They're the ones who are now winning that elusive turnover battle, this time 19-15 advantage Jackrabbits.
That's right, and like you said, that's so utterly important. But the end of the half was trending all Ball State that way. They made 3 of their last 4 field goals. The Jackrabbits missed all 4 of their final 4 field goals of the half, including that half-court heave from Jaden Jackson. And again, if you look at something Ball State has been struggling with the entirety of the season thus far is the free throws, and they're shooting an astonishing 81.8%. The Jackrabbits are perfect, but they have 4 compared to Ball State's 11 attempts.
And the big thing is up until towards that 5-minute window where Ball State was just struggling to shoot anything, they had been perfect, and they had been looking really well. But then they got cold, and as soon as Ball State got cold, South Dakota State, they decided, hey, we're going to take advantage of this and keep this close. This second half, it's going to be really interesting to see who can come out of halftime more fired up and not struggle, because sometimes teams struggle like the first even 30 seconds. That cannot happen if you are Ball State.
And another thing to note, again, we said it was back and forth. They tied 5 times. The lead changed 5 times. They were tied for 2 minutes and 24 seconds, and the Jackrabbits only had the lead for 51 seconds. So again, Ball State dominated a lot of that half, and it's something that's super important for them. And another interesting stat to go along with losing that rebounding battle, South Dakota State 0-4 when they trail at the half. So if I'm their head coach, I'm in the locker room right now, let's kind of erase that stat. It's only really 1 point. And for Ball State, they've been another team that has really struggled in the second half. They're 1-1 when they're leading at half, but when they're trailing at the half, they're 1-4. They only really have one true comeback win, and that was versus Louisiana in the opener. So again, both teams really have not been a second half team, and something they need to be today in order to get the win.
This is a really big test for both of these teams that we keep talking about it, but conference play is going to be here before you know it. For Ball State, I mean, we are nearly a week and a half away from the 20th, which is when Ball State has their first home game against Miami to open conference play. But meanwhile, for South Dakota State, they still have to play at Arizona, who's number 1 right now, after playing at Milwaukee at the Pfizer Center in downtown Milwaukee, and then they start their conference play. So both of these teams, they really do not have it easy in the next few weeks.
Yeah, and like you said, the Summit League also is only 9 teams compared to the MAC, which is now up to 13 with the addition of UMass. It'll move back down to 12 next year. And it's been quite the clean game so far. Only 7 total turnovers, 4 on the South Dakota State side, 3 on the Ball State side. Both teams have been very efficient and clean when they have the ball in their hands and, not tossing it away.
One of the big things, though, is it hasn't been as high scoring because specifically Ball State will just try and get the perfect shot, and that's not going to happen. And that's when they start having those turnovers, is when they were taking like a second or two to line up and try and get the shot and then missing wildly.
How about Ball State's points in the paint? They're currently beating the Jackrabbits, a team that primarily went through the paint in those first few minutes. They're beating them in that statistical category right now, 22-20 Mason Jones, whether it's Joey Hart, even Preston Copeland, they're really getting more than I thought they would down in the paint.
And that's because Ball State has struggled from the arc. They're only shooting 27% today. That is not how they would want their three-point. I mean, they're not really known to shoot the three. They only shoot 31%, but still. They've had to make it in the paint because they haven't been able to make it beyond the arc.
Well, the Ball State team retakes the floor, getting set for half number 2 in Worthen Arena. This has been the Ball State men's basketball pregame halftime show presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. When we return, we'll have second half action from Muncie, Indiana. Ball State the current lead, 40-39.
Hey Cardinal fans, show your pride wherever you go with the Ball State Financial Debit Card, now featuring your favorite mascot, Charlie Cardinal. It's the perfect card for students, alumni, and lifelong fans, letting you show your Cardinal spirit with every purchase you make. And with Ball State Financial, you'll get all the convenience, security, and hometown service you deserve from people who love this community as much as you do. Explore the card in your hometown credit union at fcfcu.com/chirp. Ball State Financial, your hometown credit union.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our lower prices. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Sometimes it's not the moment. It's the moment before the moment. The moment you make a choice. The moment you take control. The moment only you can own. Gainbridge lets you invest on your terms. So you're not only in charge of this moment, but all the moments to come. Start investing now.
Behind every strong hip and knee. Behind every strong shoulder.
Good catch.
Behind every strong team is our highly skilled team of experts in orthopedics. IU Health is the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of Ball State Athletics, and we're here to keep you moving. From acute injuries to chronic pain and conditions, go where the athletes go. Walk-in appointments for new injuries are available Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you can always schedule a same-day or next-day appointment and wait from the comfort of your home. Visit iuhealth.org/MuncieOrtho to learn more.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paint work on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
You're listening to SportsLink Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Your home for live Ball State sports.
We're getting set for half number 2 in Worthen Arena. Both teams huddling it up on their respective benches. 40-39 lead for Ball State against the Jackrabbits of South Dakota State. 12 seconds to go in the halftime counting down. Max, what do we got to see from both squads in the second half if either team wants to walk away with a W?
I think if you want to walk away with the W, you are going to have to come out firing in all cylinders. And whoever plays better before that first media timeout, I think they're going to hold the advantage in the second half of action. Because, again, if you're just now joining us, it is that under 16 timeout. So whoever plays well for the first 4 minutes, if they can dig a big enough lead, that may be what it takes in a highly contested battle.
South Dakota State starts with it. We had no jump balls in that first half. Ball State won the opening tip. Gary's at the top of the key, drives down the left lane, stopped by Copeland and company. Now Moores looks for a pass. He finds Squires, double move, he's stuck, almost traveled, knocked away by Joey Hart, and stolen. Hill, 2, across the timeline, up and off the rim, he almost got it. But a near miss, and it's no good. South Dakota regains control. This time it's Jaden Jackson, who Ball State has been able to lock up for the most part. Gary makes a cut. He's wide open in the middle of the paint. Off the mark. Rebound by Mason Jones. Ball State looks to slow it down as they head across the midline. Davion Hill with the ball. Fake screen from Copeland. Joey Hart flashes in the paint. Will pull up. Finds Copeland underneath. Wide open. It's good. Preston Copeland with 2. Now South Dakota State going to work. Matthew Moores drives baseline. Stopped by Jones. Jones reaches in. Fake by Moores, and a step back is good. Matthew Moores puts it up to 7 on his day. Davion Hill across the timeline yet again. Finds Hart. Hart has been silent for the most part since early first half action. It's Ziegler. Up top to Copeland. They're just going to play pass right now. Jones finds Hill far right corner. Jones, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Pull up deep for Hart, off the back iron. Mason Jones reaches up and knocks it into his own bench. Will get helped up by about 7 Cardinals as he heads down the way. And he comes up limping a little gimpy on that knee after falling into the bench.
Well, that's not going to be a fun landing no matter what, because as soon as you kind of dive into that bench area, those are metal chairs. That's got to hurt.
42-41 lead for Ball State, 17:57 to go. Matthew Moores top of the key. Whistle on the play as we have an off-ball foul against Ball State. It's going to go against number 2, Davion Hill, his first of the afternoon. Kalen Gary will take inbounding duties for the Jackrabbits. Jaden Jackson, top of the key. Screen from Matthew Moores. Finds him top of the key yet again. Moores dribbles right, now left. Into the paint, dribble stop. Back out to Gary. Gary makes his move, spins back inside to the paint. Guarded by Hill. Will go up and under. He's blocked. Davion Hill doing it all. Drives ahead, loses the ball for about a half a second, regains it, and dishes it off to Preston Copeland. Hart slings it to Jones. Now Ziegler. Thought about the pull-up, won't take it. They continue to play this 5-out action. Hill looking for that open shot. Maybe the next pass will have it. Jones now to Hart. 4 on the shot clock. Ziegler's going to have to make something happen. Step back off the front rim. Easy rebound for Joey Hart and a fresh shot clock to the cup. He lost the ball midair. Wide open rim, and they can't make anything happen, and they're still only up by 1. Moores drives inside. Almost lost it. Back out, they reset. Jackson. Far right corner. It's Gary. Gary knocked around by 3 guys, and it will be a whistle. 42-41. Ball State still leads, 16:47 to go. Whole lot of nothing in that action, Max.
I still have no idea how in the world Joey Hart managed to have the basketball. He's going up for an easy basket, and he loses it midair and gives it to the other team.
Quite the sequence of events. Bubs Alvarez and Damian Wilkinson back into the game as Gary. Grown man move, can't get to the cup. Rebounded by Alvarez. He finds it in the corner, pulls the trigger. Nothing but air. And you know the Cardinal fans are going to let him hear it. He had the technical foul early in the game and now airballs it. Jawan Maxey trying to coach his guys from the top of the wing. Elmore James with the ball now. He sets up the offense. Nothing going right for either team right now. Screen from Jones. Maxey pulls the trigger. No good. And rebounded by Matthew Moores. Moores gives it to Gary. Gary, the D-Cement native. The dish off. This time Jaden Jackson makes one move. Pulls up from deep. Off the mark. No. Wilkinson tapped around for a third time. Moores all the way out to Gary, and they somehow retain it underneath Wilkinson and one. Damian Wilkinson gets it to go, and the Jackrabbits are in front. Gonna go against Preston Copeland in his second personal as we get an under 16 timeout. Lot to discuss there, especially after those two sequences. We're gonna take a break here on SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Sometimes it's not the moment. It's the moment before the moment. The moment you make a choice. The moment you take control. The moment only you can own. Gainbridge lets you invest on your terms. So you're not only in charge of this moment, but all the moments to come. Start investing now.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Len and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
The band continues to play during this timeout, I should say. South Dakota State takes back the lead for about the third time today. 43-42, 15:54 on the clock here in second half in Muncie, Indiana. Well, Max, they have a free throw coming, which could extend them to their largest lead all game. Their largest has been one, which they hold right now, and there's a chance they get it to two.
And the big thing is early on, offensively, it felt like it was all Ball State. And it's just been small issues that don't make sense. That's the reason why they're losing. And that's just not me saying it. I've been watching Coach Lewis. I've been watching that coaching staff. There have been a lot of reactions where he's just looking at the rest of his team and being like, what just happened?
In the second half, being obviously outscored 4-2, but again, a lot of empty possessions. They had a couple drives to the basket that just wound up being knocked away, and especially from some experienced guards like Joey Hart and Armani Ziegler, Davion Hill, to name a few. Those are possessions you can't have end up like that.
So the big thing is, I mentioned whoever had the lead at the under 16 was going to have the advantage. Let's see if that can continue or if it's going to be Ball State mounting a comeback. It would be a short comeback, but a comeback nonetheless.
So to the line goes Damon Wilkinson. Helped his high school to a Class B state championship for a third consecutive year in 2024. You know, he was high school teammates with Kalen Gary, both guys who play consistent minutes, and he misses the and one free throw. So it's still a 1-point lead for the Jackrabbits. Caden Fish in the game at the top of the elbow, looking for a teammate to pass to. Screen off ball from Mason Jones. Now Ziegler gets his own screen. Finds Jones at the top of the key. All the way over to Elmore James. James the fourth finds Fish. They continue to swing it around. Maxey, dump and dive to Fish, underneath and in. Caden Fish up to 9 on the day. 9 off the bench. 44-43 lead for Ball State, 15-16 to go. Jackson been the consistent point guard to start this second half. Gary in the corner, makes a cut. Finds Moores, right wing three, bang! Matthew Moores knocks one down. 3 more to his tally, and he has 10. Jawan Maxey across the timeline. It's Ziegler looking to make something happen. Far right corner, James the fourth finds Maxey. Long and off the iron. Big rebound from Elmore James. Fights it up and in, it misses. What a rebound from Mason Jones. He gets it back and almost lost it again. The ball is flying all over the place. Maxey has to make something happen now. Pulls up long two, too much. They're going to get a third chance. James the fourth, the rebound. 20 on the shot clock. Coach Lewis actually wanted it reset as it stayed put at 20. Official timeout here. Or do we have a foul? 6 seconds on the shot clock now. Looks like there was some errors on the technical side as both teams will head to their huddle. 14-25, a 2-point lead for South Dakota State after the huge Matthew Moore's three, and we have an officials timeout.
So, big thing here is, like we've mentioned, they're probably just trying to check maybe left on shot clock, time, and all that fun jazz. But meanwhile, this gives us perfect time to take a look at some of the numbers. Ball State is shooting 1 for 8 in their last 8 tries. That's not what they want to do. That doesn't seem very good right now. They're shooting 39% from the field. They are shooting 20% from beyond the arc, and they are losing the rebound battle 25-23. So there's some of the numbers for you in a highly contested ball game so far.
Highly contested indeed, only a 2-point advantage, although this is the largest lead so far for the Jacks of South Dakota State. They failed to score more than 52 in back-to-back games early in the middle of the season. But now they're already at 46. There's a great chance they get past 6 more points. Last 2 games, though, 75-81 in their respective performances. They're on the trend up. Ball State, again, has also struggled on the offensive side. Have seen better of it today as we get a final decision from our officiating crew. Mason Jones remains the inbounder, and there is still 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Not much has changed. He inbounds it. Armani Ziegler, far right wing, pulls up. Maxey at the buzzer. He's fouled. Jawan Maxey goes down super hard, and he is grimacing in pain. Not sure what got hit, but that definitely did not feel good on whatever it was, whether his arm appears to be his shooting arm. Man, something that if you're a Cardinal fan, you don't want to see, especially with the injuries so far this season.
He will be shooting at the line, though, so he is good enough to keep himself in for now.
Can he make them is the question. He's got 2 points on the day. First one away and 2 long. 2 more coming. He was fouled beyond the stripe.
By the way, that foul was on Alvarez, his third.
Something to note, he's been kind of a spark plug off the bench as Maxey knocks down the second shot. He's also been the recipient of a technical foul, so you could argue it was a pretty even split. And Maxey knocks down the second. 2 for 3, 66% on that trip. Now Jackson across the midline. Guarded by Maxey. Again, he stays in the game. We'll see what progresses from that hit. Down low. Wilkinson working on Fish. He's double teamed. Alvarez open up the top of the key. Back to Wilkinson underneath. And it's off the rim, underside of the rim, and rebounded by Fish. Up ahead. Maxey trying to make something happen even after getting hit. Corner, but he gets it right back. Jones to Ziegler in the near left side. Top of the key, Fish won't pull up. He's shot 3 of those today. Goes under and in, makes a stop, but can't get it to go. Up ahead, knocked away, Ziegler. The through pass is denied. He has James in the corner, finds him. Alvarez is there. The drive from Elmore to the cup and down. Elmore James with a whistle on the play, gets it down. He's up to 4, but we play on, no whistle. Gary, far left wing, drives baseline. He's stuffed in the paint. Top of the key, it's Jackson. He's been a non-factor for the Jacks. He gets to the paint, and right as I say that, he's up and good for 2 more. 5 on the day.
That's what we call in the industry an announcer's jinx.
To say the least. Dito, Max. Now far side, Ziegler. Hasn't been as much of an offensive piece today. Fish pulls up from deep, no good. Jones the rebound. Ziegler pumps once and fakes. Doesn't shoot, sets it up. 14 on the shot clock. Corner, Maxey for three. Off the mark. James tried to fly in and get it, but it's off a Cardinal. Out of bounds, and we get some substitutions. Jawan Maxey will exit the floor and most likely get checked out by a trainer or two. Caleb Delzell back in for the Jackrabbits, along with Joe Seiler. Across the Cardinal eye comes Jackson. Inside, Gary, over to Wilkinson, underneath, in help, there was nobody. Far side three from Seiler. It's true. Joe Seiler knocks it down, and it's a largest lead for the Jackrabbits, 51-48. Seiler's first 3 points of the day.
He had to quickly send Elmore James to be checked out by a trainer there. And that led to a quick substitution for Ball State.
Looks like he's being attended on the face. Maybe some bleeding going on. He's got, being checked out by the trainer. Devin Barnes into the game now. Down low, Davion Hill going to work on the smaller guard. He's denied by Wilkinson. Too much for the JUCO product. Gary feeds it over. This time Seiler came off a big three. Guarded by Joey Hart. Makes a cut to the baseline. Has nowhere to go, and he steps out of bounds. As a matter of fact, we go to the under 12 as a couple of Cardinals sit on the bench, sore from their injuries. We'll take a short break. You're listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Well, together, we're all in it together. And I said it in my press conference.
one. Gary, top of the key. Now inside Wilkinson, he's fouled by Fish. Caden Fish, the recipient of the foul, his second personal. And Wilkinson will stay on the floor, does not go to the line, was not in the act of shooting. Jaden Jackson, the inbounder. Right underneath, Wilkinson wide open, and he's fouled by Jones. Jones knew he lost that battle, and that's his first of the day. Well, the Cardinals have fouls to give, that is for sure. 6 team now. One more till the bonus. .53-53 tie. 10:37 to go. In the corner, it's Kalen Gary. Nowhere to go. 4 players in that tight corner. Wide open is Jackson. He pulls the trigger and gets it. Jaden Jackson, another huge three. Make it 8 for him. 56-53. Jack's lead. 10:20 to go.
Finally starting to see some offense from Jackson, who's been really quiet here so far.
Barnes gets it back now to Jones. It was a 2. He's on the line way off the side of the backboard. Not a good shot selection as Gary takes it across the timeline. Makes a cut to the hoop. He's open. Goes up and in. Kalen Gary. Huge basket and a quick timeout from Michael Lewis and company. What a sequence of events. 58-53, the Jacks lead, making 3 of their last 3 field goals. That's going to take us to another short break. Jacks with the 5-point lead here in Muncie. This is SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our lower prices. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
You're listening to Ball State Sports Live with SL Digital. This is Nick Yeoman from NASCAR's Performance Racing Network and IndyCar Radio, and a proud SportsLink alum from 2010. Go Cards!
Thank you, Nick, and we are back in Muncie. This broadcast is produced by the students of Ball State SportsLink and presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. For your next new or pre-owned vehicle, drop by the showroom at the corner of McGalliard and Morrison Roads in Muncie or visit victorymuncie.com. That is victorymuncie.com. Well, the Cardinals trail 58-53 with just under 10 minutes to go in half number 2. Max, what do we got to see out of this Ball State offense to continue to pressure the Jackrabbits and maybe get a win?
Well, we're going to need to see from offense Ball State starting to be able to make smarter shots. What do I mean by that? Well, it feels like, and Mason Jones was the perfect example there, it's a right corner. He has still like 12 seconds on the shot clock, so he can either position himself better or find another option. But nope, he does a quick catch and shoot, misses wide, rebound by South Dakota. They go to the cup. They score their basket. So that's what the offense needs to do, is just probably taking better care of your shot, and then we need to see a lot more defensively. This is a South Dakota State that has been shooting 5 of the last 6 and making them. So that is a stat that is going obviously in favor of South Dakota, and that's something Ball State's going to want to stop.
Well, out of the timeout, Armani Ziegler, Preston Copeland, Joey Hart, Mason Jones, and Devin Barnes are the 5 for Ball State. For the Jackrabbits, it's Kalen Gary, Damon Wilkinson, Caleb Delzell, Joe Seiler, and Jaden Jackson. Barnes heads right to the left wing to set up the offense. Screen coming in from Copeland. Copeland rolls, but not there. Pull back. Barnes for three. Front rim just short. A lot of threes like that for Ball State today, just off the front rim. And oh so close, but they can't get him to fall. Jaden Jackson guarded close by Ziegler. Delzell, top of the key. It's stolen by Barnes. What an athletic play. Knocked out of bounds by the Cardinals. It looked like it might have gone off both players, but Joey Hart is guilty as charged on the out-of-bounds hit on the ball. 9:31 to go. 53-58 Cardinals trail. Inbound, top of the key near the Cardinal beak to Jaden Jackson. Handoff. This time it's Kalen Gary. The roll from Wilkinson, not there as Gary lost the ball. Now he drives to the right side, makes a move, goes back inside the paint near the MAC logo, pulls up on the fadeaway, got it at the buzzer. Kalen Gary coming alive in these late moments of the second half. 60-53 lead. Copeland, the screen. Jones at the top. Hart now rolls, finds Copeland again. Barnes in the corner, thought about a three, no. Doesn't feel like anybody wants to take the shot. Joey Hart is open, but passes that one up. Barnes feeds inside, right off the foot, and Jaden Jackson takes it away. Jackson across the timeline, feed inside, Wilkinson the slam! Damon Wilkinson fires up the SDSU hopefuls, and it's 62-53. Now Jones the drive, had the basket in sight, pulls up though. Preston Copeland top of the key ball. Now it's Ziegler in the far corner. He drives inside, nowhere to go, and he is whistled down. Not a foul on him. Last basket put Wilkinson at 8, and now it will go exactly against him, his second personal foul on the day. He subs out in favor of Alex Squires. You know, Max, it's such an advantage when you have two centers like that. You can just sub in and out like this.
Oh, 100%. I mean, you're going to be disappointed if you're South Dakota. You are losing now 12 points to the bench, but still, they have kind of similar builds, similar heights, and they're very similar players.
Shot up and no good, and two Jackrabbits are there to rebound it. Cross-court pass this time. Joe Seiler takes it up the timeline. Now Caleb Delzell. Gary makes a drive but gives it up to Squires. Top of the key, Seiler makes a move. He's double-teamed. Finds Squires inside, ripped away by Mason Jones. Record that one as a steal. Barnes, nobody home, to the cup, and he's fouled. The shot does not fall. And Devin Barnes will get to the line, but not before another media timeout. The foul's going to go on Caleb Delzell, his second personal. That's going to bring us to another short break. This is SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Looking for flawless awards, trophies, plaques, medals, or engraved keepsakes right here in Muncie? Head to Awards Plus, your hometown expert for over 25 years. Located at 301 West Main Street, they're the area's leading trophy shop, serving the Muncie and surrounding area. Awards Plus delivers top quality with attention to detail and fast, reliable service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Stop by or call 765-282-3511. Awards Plus, where the achievements take center stage. A proud partner of Ball State Athletics.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive car dock maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
7:55 to go in an exciting half number 2. Ball State trails 62-53 against the visiting South Dakota State Jackrabbits. Sam Klug alongside Max Gillie for the remainder of these 8 minutes. Ball State 3-6 on the season. South Dakota State 5-5. Big win it would be for both of these squads, both coming off of losses and really need to get back in the driver's seat on their seasons.
And that is specifically true for Ball State. They do not want to be 3-7 through their first 10 games. And they don't want to be 2-2 at home, and they're traditionally known to be really good at Worthen Arena.
Barnes at the free throw line misses the first, and another important shot that doesn't fall. He came into today shooting 75%. He's been shooting well from the field in general, 47% in the last 2 games. He makes the second one, so he's up to 3 points on the day. 62-54, 8-point lead for South Dakota State. 7:50 to go in half number 2. Jaden Jackson guarded by Ziegler, wasting as much time as possible. He dances around, trying to trap him here. Ball State looks to be in the 1-3-1 zone. Far court pass, it's Seiler. He's stuck, almost wanted to travel. Inside, Delzell to Squires, stripped away, and the foul will go against Elmore James IV, his first personal.
And he can be happy with that because he does have the fouls to give, but as a defender, that has to be annoying because you thought you were doing everything right. The officials say, hey, maybe there's a little too much contact there. So that's going to lead us now to these free point opportunities for the Jackrabbits.
They are in the bonus. Squires makes the first.
Jackrabbits have a chance to be up 10, which is something I don't think we would have expected after the first half of how back and forth it was.
Something they haven't done today. He makes both. He's up to 8 on the day, and the Jackrabbits have a 10-point lead, 64-54. Copeland, top of the key. Hand off to Barnes. He lost the ball, taken away, knocked out of bounds by the Jackrabbits, though. Squires there specifically. And another sloppy play from Ball State. They did not turn the ball over a lot in half number 1. They have done much of that in half number 2.
One of the big reasons why South Dakota State has this big lead is because they've gone on an 11-1 run over the last 3 minutes.
Copeland swings it to Ziegler. Ziegler finds Barnes. He drives, double-teamed by SDSU. Ziegler makes one move, gets into the paint off the foot of a Jackrabbit. Now out Barnes, 5 on the shot clock. Back up top. They got to make something happen. Ziegler pulls up off the mark and shoved out of bounds. Looks like Jones got bumped, but no, the ball goes out off of South Dakota State. In comes Caden Fish off the bench for Preston Copeland. And Ball State gets one more possession added to their tally. 20 seconds back on the shot clock. 6:58 to go in the game in this second half. Ziegler underneath the hoop. Finds Fish. Fish back to the top of the key. They rotate it. Jones the drive. Gives it up for James IV. Now far wing. It's Barnes. 5-out offense continues to go around. Ziegler the drives. It's Fish. He'll pull up from deep. Yes, sir! Caden Fish has come alive from beyond the arc. And Ball State within 7, 64-57. 6:30 to go. Squires a handoff. This time to Jaden Jackson, guarded closely by Barnes. Barnes strips him. Devin Barnes up ahead with one hand. He's fouled in. To the line he goes. That one's going to go against Jaden Jackson, his first personal. Man, he had a chance to complete the three-point play, but fate says no.
I mean, it was not going to be the prettiest of a shot attempt there from Barnes. He was going so quick, it looked like he was going to almost trip, but ultimately he's able to draw the foul.
He connects on the first. Put him at 4 on the day from the statistical point category. 64-57 58. Ball State trailing by 6 now. Barnes connects again, makes that a 5-0 run to start this late side of the second half. 64-59, 16-18 to go. The Card shooting still 78% from the free throw line. A very good percentage considering what they've had early on in the year. Now Seiler, the drive. Dribble stop. Back to the top of the key. It's Gary. He drives down the left side, but will be fouled by Mason Jones on the floor. Too much contact there. Make that Joey Hart on the foul. 2 of his personal, and because it's the bonus, Gary gets to the line. He's already at 15 on the day. He has 7 rebounds in 29 minutes as well. Approaching double-double range, but he misses the free throw. Huge possession here for the Cardinals. Can't be an empty possession, only down by 5. Maxey off a screen finds Jones. Right back to Ziegler. He's circled the corner. Now to Hart. Hart and Jones play back and forth. The drive by Jones leaves an open Fish. Pump fake, drive to the cup. Gets a foul, but the shot falls short. And to the line will go Caden Fish. Foul goes against Matthew Moores, his second personal.
I've been really impressed by Caden Fish today. When most of Ball State's offensive players have really struggled, Fish has had to step up, and he's made some big plays. And that's throughout the day, just not as of the last couple minutes.
And a miss there from Caden Fish. A huge opportunity right now for Ball State, and that one sails long. Again, free throws, quite the point of emphasis for Ball State to begin the season. They definitely need this one to fall. Fish goes 0 for 2 and an empty possession for the Cardinals as Matthew Moores reels in the rebound.
Well, if I were South Dakota State at this point, I'd just keep fouling Ball State because they keep going 1 for 2 or 0 for 2.
Not a bad advice to them, Max. Inside, Wilkinson goes to work, but Fish gets the rebound and steps out of bounds. Laughing about it, so no harm, no foul technically, but they give it right back to the Jackrabbits. 5:19 to go, 64-59 in the game. Cardinals trail by 5. Inbounder will be Jackson. Finds Seiler, far left corner. Inside goes Wilkinson. Hooks it and one. Damon Wilkinson touches it off the glass and draws the foul on Caden Fish. Make it Joey Hart.
He has 4 fouls now, just like that.
Their leading scorer with 13 in foul trouble.
That is not what Ball State was looking to see.
What they were looking to see was a miss from Wilkinson, and what they weren't was a rebound. They go right back to Wilkinson underneath. He goes up and under just off the rim and swallowed up by Mason Jones. Ahead to Jawan Maxey. He bobs his head for a screen, gets it, and they swing it back to the far left corner, I should say. Back up top. Fish will pull, keeps his dribble on the floor. Didn't like the shot. Ziegler finds Jones. Maxey, baseline drive, is fouled but stripped. No call, and Joe Seiler has the ball on the far left side of the floor. 4:37 to go. 66-59 lead for the Jacks. Oh, a costly turnover there from the blue and gold. They step out of bounds on a routine pick and pop, and Seiler gets called for that one. Back to Ball State we go. Big 4 minutes of basketball here. One more media timeout. Both teams with 2+ timeouts. Ball State has 1 less. SDSU has 3. It's Ziegler. Finds Hart. He drives to the cup. No one home. He got it. Joey Hart cuts it to 5. And a big basket from their leader in points with 15 now. Inside, Wilkinson going to work on Fish. It's worked all game. Wide open. Alvarez pulls off the mark. Easy rebound for Fish. And the Ball State faithful can sense some urgency. Ziegler makes his move on Jackson. Screen on the left side from Fish. Makes a cut. Doesn't go, they reset. Maxey at the top of the elbow. He's triple teamed right now. Now Hart, we reset. Another pull from Ziegler, just off the front rim and out of reach of Fish. But a foul on the floor. It's going to go against South Dakota State. And it's going to bring us to our final media timeout of the day. Foul went against Damon Wilkinson, his third personal. For the best stories in Ball State sports, our latest videos, and SportsLink program information, that can be found at ballstatesportslink.com. That is ballstatesportslink.com. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, the final 3:33 on SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Sometimes it's not the moment. It's the moment before the moment. The moment you make a choice. The moment you take control. The moment only you can own. Gainbridge lets you invest on your terms. So you're not only in charge of this moment, but all the moments to come. Start investing now.
Looking for flawless awards, trophies, plaques, medals, or engraved keepsakes right here in Muncie? Head to Awards Plus, your hometown expert for over 25 years. Located at 301 West Main Street, they're the area's leading trophy shop, serving the Muncie and surrounding area. Awards Plus delivers top quality with attention to detail and fast, reliable service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Stop by or call 765-282-3511. Awards Plus, where the achievements take center stage. A proud partner of Ball State Athletics.
From the bell tower to your smartphone, anywhere in the world.
Never miss Ball State Sports with SportsLink Digital.
And the final 3:33 are now here. Jackrabbits have a 5-point lead, 66-61 in Worthen Arena. Sam Klug alongside Max Gillie here for the final home non-conference game for these Cardinals until they host Earlham. And coming up, we have MAC play. They host Miami, Ohio on the 20th of December. Probably won't be many students in attendance, Max. That will be on Christmas break, but MACtion is almost here.
And I cannot believe that. It feels like we just started, but hey, that's the fun of college hoops. And listen, that also means you're going to expect to see a lot of close games like this one, which that's one of the positives of this non-conference schedule, is that you are able to get these experiences early, and you can learn exactly what you need to do to potentially mount a comeback.
Well, a comeback might be brewing here in Muncie. 66-61, the Cardinals trail by 5, but are coming back from being down 10 earlier in this half specifically. Joey Hart has been the spearhead of that comeback. He has 15 on the day. And what a return to full playing time and a return to being a starter. He'll inbound it, this time into Caden Fish. He gets it back in the corner, pulls the trigger, and gets it! Joey Hart, a huge three. The Cardinals trail by 2. What a scene this is. 3:17 to go, 66-64 lead. Seiler the drive. Top of the key, it's Gary. Down the right side of the paint. He lost it. Almost goes out of bounds. And it's picked up by Ziegler. Joey Hart ahead. Finds Ziegler. They reset. Big possession for the Cardinal faithful and their team. Ziegler drives. Dishes to Maxey in the corner. Gets it back to Caden Fish. This time Ziegler makes a move to the cup. Right side off the rim and barely missed it. It goes out of bounds, but it stays with the Jackrabbits, and there is 2:49 to go. Matthew Moores will be the inbounder. Joey Hart, coming off a foot injury, starts the game for only the second time in his Ball State career and has 18 points.
Career high, in case anyone was keeping track at home, but man, oh man, he has to go to the bench here, but that has been a impressive return to form for Joey Hart. And this is the Joey Hart that fans were hoping you would see when he got signed from Kentucky.
He's also tied his career high in three-pointers made, as there's a foul on Armani Ziegler that sends the Jackrabbits straight to the line. Interesting choice of game plan there. 2:49 to go. No second came off the shot clock there almost. And now Matthew Moores will inbound it for a second straight time. PA crowd PA announcer getting into this one. 66-64. Jacks lead by 2. In the corner, it's Seiler. Doesn't have anywhere to go. Guarded closely by Hill. Wide open Jackson. He makes a fake. Gets to the cup, puts it up off the back iron, and out of bounds on the Jackrabbits. Ball State basketball only down by 2.
And we're going to see Joey Hart go back in, as does Maxey, and Davion Hill and Elmore James have to be the ones to go to the bench. So very interesting to see them bring Maxey back in, who's been really struggling.
He has indeed. Maybe it's for his leadership. There's Hart being guarded very closely by Kalen Gary. They still get it to him. Fine Fish at the top of the key. Ball State, more cutters in the game now, flashing back and forth in the paint. 4 players in the paint now for the Jackrabbits. Hart gets a screen. Fish on the roll. No. 3 seconds. Maxey deep 3 just off the rim and no good. Had to pull up with 2 seconds on the shot clock. And South Dakota State will slow everything down. Joe Seiler at the Cardinal beak. Gives it off to Jackson underneath. Back of the top, Seiler makes a move in the paint. Now Jackson pulls up for the dagger. Off the rim and rebounded by Mason Jones. Here we go, boys and girls at home. We got a good one on our hands. 1:30 to go, 90 seconds in the game. Armani Ziegler at the top of the key. Gets the screen, makes a cut. In the corner, Maxey from deep, off the rim and no good. Joe Seiler has the ball yet again. Will we see a repeat? 1:09 to go. 65 seconds on the clock. Inside, Wilkinson makes the move on Fish. He's owned him all game. Up and in, blocked. It's going to be a jump ball. Fish hits the ball, and what a defensive play. 57 seconds to go, and the jump ball gives the possession arrow to the Cardinals. 66-64 lead for the Jackrabbits, and we'll head to a timeout.
This could be big. This could be what it takes. Who's going to be able, coming out of the short break, to be the one with the momentum, to be the one who has been playing really well. We're going to have to find out either way. It's getting good.
It is, Max, and first they have to tie it. They're still trailing by 2 points, which is an important point, and most people would probably forget. Obviously, Ball State wants to win this game in front of a pretty good crowd here at home, but they got to tie it. They have yet to tie the game, have been trailing for quite some time, and it's a 66-64 lead for the Jackrabbits of South Dakota State. So if you're Michael Lewis in the huddle, who is the play you're drawing it up to? Is it going to Joey Hart? Is it going to one of the shooters like Ziegler? Who are you drawing it up to?
I think you're going to have to hand it off to the guy who's been actually making it, which has been Joey Hart. And don't be surprised when Ball State's going to be trying to take some threes here, because just the way this team has been looking so far in this game, they feel like they're the kind of team that doesn't want to tie it up. They want to win.
Three-pointer has not been their friend today. 6 for 26 for a 23% today, compared to the Jackrabbits, who have shot extremely well. They have 7 less shots at 19. 8 for 19 for a 42% clip. And again, they've been turning the ball over more, almost double, but it hasn't mattered. 55 seconds. It's Armani Ziegler across the timeline, guarded by Jaden Jackson. 4 at each corner in the paint for the Cardinals. Now to Mason Jones on the left wing. He fakes once, fakes again. It's Fish. Fish the handoff. Joey Hart, the drive, pulls up long two, off the back iron. Huge rebound for Caden Fish. Wow, he calls a travel. And I'm pretty sure Caden Fish dribbled the ball, but not what the official says.
Well, you hate to see that if you're a Ball State fan. We're watching the replay.
I'm not sure if Fish even had control of the ball. Because in order to travel, you have to have control of the ball.
Does not matter at this point. Just Ball State's going to need to make a stop. As South Dakota's going to take time out here. They're doing that so that they can inbound on.
And Michael Lewis is hot. He is not pleased with that call. Two of the calls have really not gone Ball State's way today. The foul early on down here where two Jackrabbits jumped into each other, and now the traveling call.
You cannot use fouls as the reason why you lose games, though. Ball State is going to lose this game if they do because they struggled to shoot important free throws down the stretch and they struggled to shoot the three.
And the fans are not happy mainly because of those two calls, but again, you got to put in the pass with the 32 seconds on the clock. It's quite the atmosphere here, though. Still down, but I feel like we've been in this 66-64 stretch for quite some time.
Yeah, that's what it feels like for sure. And the big thing is, I don't want Ball State to foul. I can understand why people would. You want to have more time on the clock, but you're giving free opportunities for a South Dakota State team that's been perfect from beyond the arc. You don't want to give them 3 points and a potential to make this a two-possession game.
66-64 with 32 seconds on the clock. Late game situations are key to college basketball. What will be the end result? This time, Gary inbounds it to Seiler at the top of the key, guarded by Davion Hill. The Jackrabbits will use all of this clock. There's about a 7-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Now 8. Moores at the elbow, gives it up for Gary. Gary, the drive, pulls up, mid-ranger, off the mark, rolls around, is tipped up and no good. I thought the shot clock went out, and the Jackrabbits get a rebound out of nowhere. There was no shot clock violation, and the Jackrabbits rebounded the basketball.
And that's probably going to do it because with 4 seconds and no shot clock, oh, there did end up being a foul.
Foul on the play after quite some time. Jaden Jackson heads to the line.
Not enough time.
The first one up and good from Jackson. 9 points on the night. But has not been the point of emphasis. That has been all Kalen Gary. He lines up for his second, a 3-point lead. This could be the dagger. He got it to go, and a huge shot from Jaden Jackson in double figures. The Cardinals, it's Davion Hill. He'll pull up, no foul, shot off the mark, and South Dakota State survives the Ball State comeback. 68-64 your final. The Jackrabbits win a thriller in Worthen Arena and improve to 6-5 on the season.
It's impossible to win ball games if you have a 3.5-minute scoring drought when it's only 2 points. That's what Ball State had. They shot 1 for 7 in the last 7 attempts. Now, South Dakota State was not much better. They only shot 1 of 8. Just that was a rough one if you're a Ball State fan.
They had the mini comeback here near the end, but end up short. And again, like you said, Max, the struggling woes, especially down the stretch, did not help them. And something they'll need to clean up, especially as we steamrolled toward MAC play as we already have. The Cardinals fall to 3-7 on the season. They move to 2-2 at home in Worthen Arena. Another disappointing loss, but they have a chance to rebound just down the road. They got Campbell coming up on the 14th of December. That will be on the road. And then they get to host Miami, Ohio to open up MACtion and MAC play.
So I want to take a look at some of the numbers real quick. Gary had 15 points. He led the way for South Dakota State. Morris had 10 points. Jackson had a quiet 10-point day with Wilkinson having 14. Meanwhile, for Ball State, it was a career night for Joey Hart. He had 18 points. Hill only had 10 points. 12 points for Fish. That's the most he's had as a Cardinal, and that's about it for big offensive players for Ball State.
Hart coming off quite the injury for most of the beginning of this year, some of last year, and goes out and drops 18. How about that looking forward? You have a guy who you've been dying to get back, and he comes out here and plays fantastic.
Yeah, you're going to look for some of the wins there. That was for sure a win here if you're a Ball State fan.
Well, that's going to do it for us here on SportsLink Digital Radio. The final, South Dakota State 68, Ball State 64. The Jackrabbits improved to 6-5 overall. Upcoming, they have Dakota Wesleyan on the 12th of December back home, and they get to host Wyoming 3 days later on the 15th. The Cardinals fall to 3-7 and pick up action again on the 14th at Campbell and host Miami, Ohio in their MAC opener at home on the 20th. For Maxwell Gillie, I'm Sam Klug. You've been listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Thank you for spending your evening with us, and we'll see you next semester on SL Digital Radio.
This has been a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.